Delinquent also 4 here. Meow. My friend told me I should begin with a meow. And this tile is should we lock up children? You might be curious what the actual fuck do you mean by that? And it's just I want to talk about my opinions on when someone should be tried as an adult for a crime committed. Now, as basic level, um, oh, the most I think that you should be tried for an adult if a crime on the most basic level, if a crime you committed is either um like murder, if you murdered someone, or if you like raped someone, or if you have a continued history of very like aggressive crimes. But most basic level, if you rape someone, there's no way you can be seen as a kid because you're raping someone. If you're murdering someone, you can't be seen as a kid because you're murdering someone. So that's basically what is actually in law today. If a 15, 16-year-old murders or like rapes someone, they should. I know for murder they're tried as an adult. For rape, I mean, society as a whole is actually very disgusting when it comes to the lack of actual care and actual like importance they put behind rape. But I am not well enough informed to know. But that's what's happening right now. I just think that I see from a lot of interrogation videos that kids who are killing people do actually have a history of committing these armed robberies or aggravated batteries. And it's just like it is preventable by having tougher like laws, not tougher laws, but to be more heavy-handed with justice in the situations beforehand. And I just have to think that I'm like at war with myself about this opinion because whilst I have this opinion, I'm also a massive believer of like non-serious crimes, which I guess isn't really applicable here. I think non-serious crimes, like not unaggressive crimes and crimes that don't harm someone's safety, should not be really punishable by too much, because crime unaggressive crimes also just mostly harm the low of society, which is intrinsically racist because the low society, through history of economic abuse and history of economic abuse and history just of colonialism, does mean that people in the lower brackets of life do tend to be minorities who are, black or... Oh shit, wait, I might just forget. But I guess because I'm talking about serious crimes here, it's not really challenging my opinion, but I just feel weird pushing for harsher um usage, not like harder usage, but harder dealing out of punishments. But no, the tile is definitely gonna be something very strange. I tend to try and make my tiles kind of really weird. This one's gonna be should we look up children? Honestly, I think children are, whilst they are the most vulnerable of society and law enforcement, due to, everyone makes mistakes when they're younger, and mistakes that can harm them for the rest of their life. Whilst they're the most vulnerable in that aspect, I think they're also the most telling of the person they're gonna grow up to be. And I think when we have even these low level violent crimes, I think it is telling to kind of have an opinion on what they're gonna like do when they're older. And I think it is kind of like, I feel wrong saying it, but it is something that I do think is... Jeez, I might be low-key locked. Wait, am I fucking locked? The answer is I'm not locked at all. I actually unlocked myself. What was I saying again? Oh yeah, I've. Dude, this video's not going well. Fuck! Dude, honestly, at this fucking point, any violent crime a child commits just instantly send them to fucking Alcatraz and shit. Like, I honestly do think that, sadly, just because of how the weight has developed, any law that does more harshly on lower class societies, lower class neighborhoods, will always just affect minorities more. Just because just how the world is segregated by I was gonna say race, but it is actually by race. It's segregated by money, which is inherently segregated by race. Ow. But no, isn't like, dude, I don't fucking know. Kids are just like versus foundation blocks of society, and like it's just, dude, fuck rich people.